We have a MEP-003A generator here. Customer brought it. It was surging. Steel fuel tank had all kinds of rust in it. Everything was nasty, hard to start. So we had someone make a aluminum fuel tank, and we blew out all the lines. We were able to use the same pickup and returns. Still have some work to do on the banding, but we got a Wix dual filtration system, water separator, and fuel filter. Bypassed all that. This comes with steel canisters, horrible, rusty. That's what it looks like from right there. So in from the pump, through the water separator. This is all factory lines, by the way, just new elbows, 90s. Through the filter itself, and then out to the injection pump. We also got rid of the factory style oil filter, did a conversion for a Wix spin-on, and there's the number for that. If your machine is surging, a lot of people like to make an adjustment here. We found that the arm on this throttle cable runs to the back side of the governor assembly, and there's that arm right there. It was bent to where if you were to pull it full throttle all the way to me, it still wouldn't make full throttle. So we welded that little bitty triangle piece of 90 in there. We had pulled it apart, straightened it up with the vise. Right there, just take that bolt off, take that arm off, straighten it up on the vise, and weld some kind of a support right there to where it won't happen again. And if your machine still surges, people talk about the adjustment spring. That is your throttle spring right there. But that spring lands right here on what looks like a spring, but really you can just go a click above or a few clicks below. A little bit of adjustment right there will right there adjust the tension. So if it surges like that when it's idling or revved up, that's where your adjustment can be made. So all fresh, clean fuel system. I believe that's 2 micron filtration, no more trash, blew out all the lines, no more surging. It's rated for 10 kW. A lot of folks online say it'll handle 16 kW, and I believe it. It'll run 2 trailer houses or 1 big house. On the fuel tank, we cut a little bit out right here. This fuel tank was just slightly longer than what we needed, but switched over to typical automotive style batteries instead of the military batteries that it had in it that you can't really, you don't need anything that big. Military tends to overdo everything. Interesting setup though. Some of this stuff is aluminum, some of this stuff is steel. You start cutting away. We had to do some small modifications down here to get that tank to fit, and you start cutting away at some pieces and realize that's aluminum. So the framing on the bottom is aluminum, and of course everything else you can see by the rest is steel. Anyways, see how she sounds. ready to power some serious business.